to talk about my crisis at the gym, why they had to call the paramedics, what led to them having to call the paramedics, what happened to me during the particular treatment, and what happened to me after the treatment. These are things that I want to talk to you about today. I had a medical crisis at the Power Club here in Panama, and the paramedics had to be called. So that's what I want to talk to you today about. Now, before I get into that, for those that are new here, my name is Mary Goff. I'm a retired corporate expat living here in Panama. We talk about my life here in Panama. We also talk about tips for relocating or moving abroad. It doesn't matter where you're going to, these tips will be helpful to you. I also talk about health and wellness, and we also talk about travel. So if that's something that you might be interested in, make sure you hit the like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Okay, so let's talk about my medical crisis that I had here in Panama. And before we talk about that, I need to talk about what led up to the particular medical crisis. So let's back up a little bit. For those that have been following me, you know that I have been traveling, solo traveling for the past 3 months, and I just recently got back to Panama. Now, I spent the last 30 days of my travel in Thailand, which is the opposite time zone of Panama. So my body had totally adjusted to the Thailand time zone. For instance, like here, it's almost 6 p.m. here in Panama. It's 6 a.m. in Thailand right now. So I was on opposite time zones when I was traveling. Okay, so fast forward, I am back here in Panama for about a week or so. My body is still regulating to these different time zones. Was not really sleeping well because it's daylight over there when it's nighttime here, and vice versa. So I was going to bed, however, I was not resting. So I was waking up in the middle of the night, so I wasn't getting my proper rest. Also, I was not drinking enough water like I usually do, and I was not eating properly. For whatever reason, I wasn't as hungry. So, although I was trying to get back into my normal routine, I was getting up, I was doing my morning walks, I was trying to work out, I was not replenishing my body like I should have. I'm not resting. I'm not eating like I should. And this particular day before my gym crisis, I wasn't drinking enough either. So I had all of those things working against me. Okay, so the Power Club here in Panama was having a special during the month of April. You got like 3 months for a particular price. So I wanted to join the gym before the month of April was over. Okay, so the day before I went to the gym, I had done my walk. For whatever reason, I wasn't that hungry, so I didn't eat 3 nutritious meals, maybe one and a half. Okay, so I know I didn't eat enough food that day. The very next day, on a Friday, I decided I was going to go to the Power Club to sign up. Now, that's all I was supposed to be doing, was to go sign up. I was not supposed to be working out. So that particular morning, because I knew I was going to be coming right back, I had a little glass of water, no food, that's it. Now, the day before, like I told you, I had worked out, but I had not eaten. I had not replenished my body like I should have. So I go to the Power Club, I sign up for the program. I'm all excited. There was like some sort of miscommunication with the language. I wanted someone to like give me a tour around the gym so I can see what the different machines are, things like that. But I think the girl thought that I wanted someone to work out with. So she introduced me to a trainer, And in my mind, I'm still thinking, oh, she's just going to show me around. But anyway, so we started doing a workout. Now, I was thinking, oh, you know what? It's just probably just going to be a light workout. I can get through this. This is not going to be that tough. Well, this trainer was a beast. So halfway through the workout, I was not feeling my best because I had not eaten the day before and I had not eaten much, the morning of. I hadn't eaten at all. So I was like, one shoulder was like, okay, Mary, your body is like on E. You came here to the gym on E, okay? You should not be working out. You need to stop because you need to go home and eat and get something to drink. On the other shoulder was like, Mary, you can tough it out. This is not going to be a big deal. You can make it through this workout, okay? I did not listen to my body. I was not feeling well, so I kept working out, okay? By the time we got to the end of that workout, and all I had was like a little water while I was working out. By the time we got to the end of that workout, my body was past E. I was like negative E. I was like totally wiped out. We walked up to the counter, to the front desk, and all of a sudden, my energy was gone. I had like nothing left. So I was leaning on the desk. I had my head down, and I was like, I couldn't even talk. I was like totally out of it. They knew something was wrong. The next thing I know, I don't even remember how I got in a chair, but I was sitting in a chair and she was like patting me with a cloth. Now I'm still feeling like crap. I'm dizzy. I'm drinking a little water. And I realized I need some food. I need some sugar. I need something to eat. This water is not going to do it. I need something in my system. So there was a translation. She didn't speak English. I didn't speak, that much Spanish, but I do know a couple of words. So I said to her, like really, firmly, necesito azúcar, necesito azúcar. So I'm basically telling her, I need some sugar. So she ran to her bag, got a banana, started peeling a banana for me because I was like totally weak, okay? She gave the banana to me and I started eating the banana, okay? So I started slowly feeling better, okay? And then I was trying to give it back to her and she was like, no, finish the whole banana. Now in the meantime, I'm slowly feeling myself getting some energy back, still very low energy. Now, I don't know if I fainted or not, okay? I don't remember sitting in a chair. So they might have saw that I was weak, saw that I was about to pass out, and boom, sat me in a chair. It was kind of, blurry between me standing up and the next thing I know, I'm in a chair, okay? But so then she starts telling me that she's calling the medical. I heard the word medical. So then I, being a hardhead, was saying, no necessary, no necesito medical, no necesito. And so she was telling me, no, sit here. So the next thing I know, here come two paramedics, a male and a female, with the bag, and they're taking me into the office. So it was a male staff, gym staff, and a female staffer and a trainer. I can walk, but they are assisting me. They're holding on to me to make sure I'm okay walking into the office. They were just so nice. Wasn't going to let me go anywhere, wanted to make sure I was okay. So then the paramedics took my blood pressure. Everything was like normal. They also pinched my finger checked my, I guess, sugar level, I guess, and everything was normal. Okay. So they wrote up a report, got some questions, and the paramedic told me that, she wanted me to go home and rest and eat and to hydrate. Okay. So after they wrote up the report, so in my head, I'm like, okay, I had my credit card, but I know I didn't have, so I always keep my debit card. So I was like, okay, this is probably going to cost that much. So I was get ready to pay. And how much do you think they charged me? Anybody want to guess? Zero. Zero. I was not charged anything. They wanted to know, because they didn't want me to drive home. And I told them that, I was within 5 minutes walking. I was not driving. So they were concerned about that. So they literally made me sit there, make sure I was okay until they left. And then they finally left. And I sat there for a little longer, got some more water until I felt that, okay, I know 100% I can walk home with no problem. So me being a hardhead, stopped at the grocery store before I went home, got my groceries, and I went home. And that weekend I rested. I didn't have any commitments. I turned down commitments. I just needed to stay in, rest, hydrate, eat, allow my body time to regulate. Traveling is fun and exciting and all of that, but it is a wear and tear on your body. And I'm going to do a whole nother video about that. But if you are traveling, we're not 20 years old anymore. We're all mature, seasoned people. You have to allow your body time to regulate. And I did not give myself enough time. I knew I was not sleeping well, and I knew I wasn't hydrated and did not have enough food in my body. I had no business working out at that gym. So make sure you are listening to your body. Someone said to me, how do they even know how to do that? There's certain things you can do. Pay attention to your body. I'm very aware of what's going on in my body. I didn't listen to it, which I'll never do again, okay? But pay attention to your body. For instance, like say you eat something and all of a sudden your stomach is like really bloated. Look at your plate and see what caused you to have a bloated stomach. If you get a headache, look at how much you're drinking. You can tell if you're drinking enough water by the color of your urine. If your urine is on the darker side, you are not drinking enough water. If it's on the clearer side, that's where you need to be. I was at a function maybe about a week ago. There was a lady who showed up who had like really bad cramps in her hands. So I immediately got on the phone and Googled what causes bad cramps. And one of the main causes of cramps in your hands are dehydration. So I said to her, I said, hey, are you drinking enough water? And she said, oh, I was in the hospital a couple of days ago because I was dehydrated and they had to give me an IV. So I'm like, if your hands are still cramping, you're still not drinking enough water. And I said, well, how much have you had? And she said, oh, maybe like 2 glasses. So listen, we have got to take care of ourselves. We are ultimately, responsible. We are responsible for our own bodies. Only so much people can do. I was a hard head. I didn't listen. I am talking to you because I don't want it to happen to you. If you're not feeling well, don't go out. Stay home. Take care of yourself. All this stuff can wait because you only got one body and you have to take care of it. So I turned down some invites. I was supposed to play paddleball with a group of ladies. I didn't show up. Well, I didn't really commit to it, but I just didn't go. So if someone is laying low, don't just assume, the worst. You have no idea what could be going on. They probably aren't even feeling well. I mean, I'm normally the one motivating people, do this, do that. I don't have too many people that check in on me to see how I'm doing. So Mary is taking care of herself. I'm starting to finally feel that my body is regulating back to where it should be. Because I was on the road for a while, and I'm probably going to talk about that soon because I have so many tips to share about solo travel and traveling for a long period of time. But I just wanted to get the message out to you. Make sure you're listening to your body, giving your body what it needs, whether it's water, hydration, or the right nutrition. Stay away from that processed stuff. Try to eat healthy vegetables, low fat meat. If you're eating meat, just make sure you're doing the right things, because although I was extremely happy with the treatment that I received, they were so caring. And even the paramedic, she did not speak English, but she pulled out her phone and she was using Google Translate. We had no problem communicating, and the gym staff, even when I got home, the Monday after the incident, 2 days later, they even sent me a text message to see how I was doing. The trainer was worried about me. So they only met me one time in that gym, and they took care of me like I was a family member. I felt very cared for. But on another thing, I realized the need to have some Spanish. Even if it's some basic stuff, it's very important. Maybe think of words that you're going to need in an emergency or something like that, or just basic communication. Know those particular words. One thing that I did find out while I was talking to the paramedics, I was thinking, okay, if someone needs help, what is the number that they call here in Panama? So she did tell me it's the same. It's 911. That is the number that you would dial if you needed the paramedics. You're going to dial 911. But the thing is, if they don't speak English, you got to be able to communicate with them. So look up those words that you think you're going to need, post them on your refrigerator or whatever, put them in your phone or whatever, but be prepared. But make sure you're listening to your body. And that's all I wanted to share, because we're supposed to be out here, living our life of ease, having a good time, just relaxing. And I know, some people have been sick, and I don't want us to, take our lives for granted. So you guys know I'm all about healthy, juicing and eating the best the way I can and taking care of myself. And I didn't listen to my body that day. And it basically told me this is what happens when you run on E, when you run beyond E. So Mary's never going to get there again. So I also didn't allow myself the proper time to rest from my travels for my body to regulate again. So whatever it is, you're the only one that knows what your body needs. Pay attention to it. You start feeling a certain way, listen to it, try to narrow down, what is the cause. If you need to seek medical help, make sure you do that as well. All right. So I can't see any questions. I don't think I have any questions. I'm going to see if I can look on my phone, but if not, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you're hitting notifications so you can be aware of any of my videos coming up. I don't know if I can see, I don't see anything. I'm also testing out this live, and I don't see a word. I don't know if somebody's talking to me or what. Can somebody send a question real quick so I can see if I see something? That would help me out a bit. I'm trying to see if I see anything. I don't see anything in the chat. So I don't think I have anything. Oh, somebody just said hello. Okay, hi. Okay, so the chat is working. Great. Okay, so like I said before, I do have some videos coming up on the residency process that I'm going to be uploading this week. And I'm also going to do a video about solo travel the pros and the cons about that as well. If you have any suggestions or any things for video, please let me know and I'll be happy to do those. But other than that, that's all I have. So that was a situation that I had here in Panama where I had to, where the paramedics were called. Don't want it to happen to you. So make sure you are paying attention and listening to your body. Does anybody have any questions before I sign off and go get something to eat? I hope you all are doing well on this Monday evening, wherever you are checking in from. And if this is a replay, let me know where you're signing in from. All right, so I am heading out. I don't see anything in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. I didn't announce this because, I was just going to record it, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do a live because that's easier for me. So anyway, have a great evening. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay. Now I have to figure out how to end this live. How do you end this live? Let's see. Okay, this is funny. How do I end this? Do I just X out? Maybe I just X out. All right. See y'all.